ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं द्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णहस्ताय प्रभुपादाय प्रिय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामी सुवक्त्ररारासबिहारिभ्यं भक्तिभ्यश्चात्मदायिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णहस्ताय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। हरे कृष्ण। So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 1, on text 22. All right, these are all prose Sanskrit, so I'll just try to read it. Manorapi parinaivam pratisandhita manoratha surarshi Varanumatenatmajam akhila dhara mandala sthiti kuptayas asthapya Swayamati Vishama Vishaya Vishajalashaya Shaya Upararama. So we remember that Swayambhuva Manu wanted to retire. Just imagine, he is the emperor of the entire universe and he wants to retire. And here, people, right? Prabhupada said until they are shot dead, they don't want to retire.
Can I tell the ladies to go to
Yeah. So Swayambhuva Manu, with the assistance of Lord Brahma, thus fulfill his desire. What was his desire? He wanted to with the permission of the great sage Narada, he delivered to his son the governmental responsibility for maintaining and protecting all the planets of the universe. Just see what was his responsibility. To maintain and protect all the planets of the universe. He thus achieved relief from the most dangerous, poisonous ocean of what? Material desires. Just imagine, he is the owner, you could say, controller of all the planets in the universe. So he saw that this is a most dangerous ocean of material desire, better he let it go. Anyway, small people also, if they have Vedic knowledge, they let go of whatever is within their control. And then here, Swayambhuva Manu, he's also letting go of what's in his control, knowing he doesn't own them, right? Purport. Swayambhuva Manu was practically hopeless because such a great personality as Narada was instructing his son Priyavrata not to accept household life. Alright, so no chance. Narad Muni is very powerful. My son will never come back and take the responsibility. Now he was very pleased that Lord Brahma had interfered, right? By inducing his son to accept the responsibility for ruling government of the universe. So it's not that he was happy that his son has agreed, let me get married, right? That's not what he was happy about. What was he happy about?
He was happy that Brahma is his father, Narad Muni is father.
What was he happy about?
Happy that his son was pleased that Lord Brahma had interfered by inducing his son to accept the responsibility for ruling the government of the universe.
Yes, not for getting married and be happy with the wife and children, right? Huge difference. Then, automatically, if you become the ruler, then you need a wife. From Bhagavad Gita, we get information that Vaivast Manu was the son of the sun god, and that his son Maharaj Ikshvaku, that Vaivast Manu was the son of the sun god, and that his son Maharaj Ikshvaku ruled this planet Earth. Swayambhuva Manu, however, appears to have been in charge of the entire universe, and he entrusted to his son Maharaj Priyavrata the responsibility for maintaining and protecting all the planetary systems. Dhara Mandala means planet. This earth, for instance, is called Dhara Mandala. Akhila, however, means all or universal. It is therefore difficult to understand where Maharaj Priyavrata was situated. But from this literature, his position certainly appears greater than that of Vaivast Manu, for he was entrusted with all the planetary systems of the entire universe. Another significant statement is that Swayambhuva Manu took great satisfaction from abnegating the responsibility for ruling all the planetary systems of the universe. So he was happy. Let me be done with this. At present, politicians are very eager to take charge of the government, and they engage their men in canvassing from door to door to get votes to win the post of president or a similar exalted office. On the contrary, however, herein we find that King Priyavrat had to be persuaded by Lord Brahma to accept the post of emperor of the entire universe. Similarly, his father Swayambhuva Manu felt relieved to entrust the universal government to Priyavrata. Thus, it is evident that the kings and executive heads of government in the Vedic age never accepted their positions for sense enjoyment. Such exalted kings, who were known as Rajarshi, ruled only to maintain and protect the kingdom for the welfare of the citizens. The history of Priyavrata and Swayambhuva Manu describes how exemplary, responsible monarchs performed the duties of governments with disinterest, keeping themselves always aloof from the contamination of material attachment. So this is, so two things was, who's Swayambhuva Manu? So he was the ruler of the entire universe with all the planets. So let us remember that planet Earth is under supervision, right? We believe we can do what we like, but no, Priyavrata, his agents, okay? There's Lord Brahma, even if Priyavrata is not there, but Lord Brahma who's still there, right? So planet Earth is definitely under control, supervision. So that's why, as time goes, we find that things change. I heard that whenever there is an eclipse, it signifies like end of a cycle, is it? Something like that. And now other events will happen. Whenever that's the cycle, eclipse. I think there's an eclipse soon.
Yeah, one is coming. Not that, now one is coming, 24th or something.
Well, anyway, solar eclipse means government. So government will be under check. I heard the moon maybe takes care of other things, I don't know. The sun, meaning all governments are under check. So what's this? It was explained here, right? Everybody is under control. All heads of states. Material affairs have herein been compared to an ocean of poison. They have been described in a similar way by Srila Narottam Das Thakur in one of his songs. What's the tune? Yeah, it is Samsara Vishanale Divani Shihiya Jale Juraite na koi nu pai. My heart is always burning in the ocean, in the fire of material existence, and I have made no provisions for getting out of it. Golokera premadhana Hari Nama Sankirtana Ratina Janila Kene Tai. So what is the remedy for this fire of material existence? The only remedy is Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is imported from the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. How unfortunate I am that I have no attraction for this. Manu wanted to seek shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore when his son Priyavrat took charge of his worldly affairs, Manu was very relieved. This is the system of Vedic civilization. At the end of life, one must free himself from worldly affairs and completely engage in the service of the Lord. The word Surarishi Vara Anumatena is also significant. Manu entrusted the government to his son with the permission of the great saint Narada. This is particularly mentioned because although Narada wanted Priyavrat to become free from all material affairs, when Priyavrat took charge of the universe by the request of Lord Brahma and Manu, Narada was also very pleased. So, only very mature people, right? When there is a difference of opinion, when everybody is happy. We read earlier, Narada and Priyavrata didn't feel envious of Lord Brahma and Swayambhuva Manu. They were happy. So the word Surarishi, Vara Anumatena is also significant. Manu entrusted the government to his son with the permission of the great saint Narada. Alright, etiquette. How to do it. Don't just impose, here's my power, I'm superior to you. Narad Muni, who's Narad Muni and who's Lord Brahma? And who are they? Relationship between
Father.
Yes, alright. Father and son. And Swayambhuva Manu, who is he?
Who's also the son.
He is also son of
Lord
Brahma, right?
The first
Manu, the first, yeah.
son.
And Narad Muni, we read earlier, he is personification of what? Of what? Of what?
Of intelligence also.
Of bhakti. Alright. Narada is the special son of Lord Brahma. He's the personification of bhakti, meaning how can I come out completely from this material world? And here Narad Muni is getting a disciple. And that disciple is very submissive. Alright? Priyavrata. He's very submissive. He's fully convinced about the instructions of Narad Muni, who doesn't want him to get entangled in this material world. You practice bhakti and you go back home, back to Godhead. But, 1 minute. Sorry?
Swayambhu Manu.
Manu
Yeah.
is the same person who has written Manusmriti.
Yes. Swayambhuva Manu. It's start from the origin. So this is particularly mentioned. So I read it again. Just the etiquette. Understand who is superior, who is inferior, who is equal. Alright? The word Surarishi Vara Anumatena. Anumati, right? Permission, right? Is also significant. Manu entrusted the government to his son with the permission of the great saint Narada. Alright? With the permission. So he didn't just say, look, let me overrule you. Right? That's what we do, right? Let me overrule you. Right? That's Kali Yuga, right? Fighting, conflict, my power, your power, I'm superior to you, you're inferior to me, you listen to me, right? That's how we deal in this world, in Kali Yuga, right? And here the etiquette, highly advanced souls. So we learn from them. That's why we're studying Bhagavatam, right? We learn how to deal among ourselves. So, Manu entrusted the government to his son with the permission of the great saint Narada. Alright, Narada is a saint. Not only a saint, but a great saint. Alright? In other words, you could say that he's higher than Manu. Right? But this is particularly mentioned because although Narada wanted Priyavrat to become free from all material affairs, when Priyavrat took charge of the universe by the request of Lord Brahma and Manu, Narada was also very pleased. So hard, right? I lost, they won. Your false ego, right, will just crumble. I had my opinion, I wanted this, but they won and I lost. My God, you really have to be advanced. Huh?
Yeah.
So meaning that Narada, he could appreciate the value of what Lord Brahma is saying. Remember the scene, Priyavrata is sitting as a boy, right? He has Guru, Narad Muni and his father, Swayambhuva Manu, right? And they're having a difference of opinion, right? Then somebody who's superior to both of them came, right? Their father, Narada's father and Swayambhuva Manu's father, right? He came and he says, okay, my dear boy, you have to do this because it is good for the society, for the entire world, and it is the order of the Supreme Lord. Alright? So this is how Narada, being a devotee of the Supreme Lord, being surrendered. He did not put his false ego in front, right? No, I thought like this. No. Meaning he's an actual devotee. Everybody here are actual devotees. What is the definition of devotee? Yeah, what's the... So what applies here? Anukulyena, correct. Anukulyena. Everybody decided that this is, what is the meaning of Anukulyena? Yes. Everybody decided that this is favorable for Krishna's service. Therefore, everybody combined together, they agreed and say yes. Meaning no false ego. Alright, this is a great lesson in management. Alright, great lesson in management. Whether it is managing the universe or managing our own small household. Right? So if Krishna is in the center, so there is a standard. How do you know what decision to take? Is it pleasing to Krishna? Is it favorable for Krishna's service? Right? That's how we measure. Then this decision is taken. Amazing, right? So this is why Srimad Bhagavatam is to be studied by all. There's so far so much about kings. All right, but bring it down to the family units, temple units, community units. This is how decisions are taken, and everybody is happy, everybody is satisfied. All right, text 23. Iti havava sa jagati patir ishwarechaya dineshveshita karmadhikaro khila jagat bandha dhvamsana paranubhavasya bhagavat adi purashangrim yugalana varrata dhyananubhavena parirandhita Kashayashayo vadatopi manavardhano mahatam mahitalam anushasasa. You really have to practice this, huh? You have to recite. Anyway, we are doing our best. All right. Radhi. Read. Next.
Following the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrata fully engaged in worldly affair. Yet he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are the cause of liberation from all material attachment. Although Priyavrata Maharaja was completely freed from all material contamination, he ruled the material world just to honor the order of his superior. The word Mahavardhana, Mahatman, just to show honor to superiors, are very significant. Although Maharaj Priyavrata was already a liberated person, had no attraction for material things, he engaged himself fully in governmental affairs just to show respect to Lord Brahma. Arjuna had also acted in the same way. Arjuna had no desire to participate in political affair or fighting of Kurukshetra, but when ordered to do so by the Supreme Lord Krishna, he executed those duties very nicely. One who always thinks for the lotus feet of the Lord is certainly above all the contamination of material world, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Yoginam api sarveshanam mad gata nantaratmana श्रद्धावान भजते यामम सो स मे युक्तमो मतः. Of all yogis, he who always abide in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Maharaja Parikshit therefore was liberated person and was among the highest of yogis. Yet superficially he became the emperor of the universe in accordance with the order of Lord Brahma. Showing respect to his superior in this way was another of his extraordinary qualifications, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati sarva gaparvargya narkeshva api tulyatha darshinah. A devotee who is actually advanced is not afraid of anything, provided he has the opportunity to execute the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the proper explanation of why Priyavrata engaged in the worldly affair, although he was a liberated person. Also, he, because of the principle, does a Mahabhagavata, who has nothing to do with the material world, come down to the second platform of devotional service to preach the glories of the Lord all over the world.
This is very packed. Etiquette, etiquette, etiquette. All right. So, following the order of the Supreme Person Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrat, fully engaged in what? All right. Just like ordinary people, right? Look like ordinary people, fully engaged in worldly affairs. And Prabhupada gives another example. Who did the same thing? Arjun, alright? It's not a joke, that battlefield, Kurukshetra, right? Battle, not a joke at all. It was completely bloody war, right? Lost lives on both sides. Arjuna lost Abhimanyu, the 5 sons of Draupadi, right? Everybody was finished, right? It was fully worldly affairs. Yet, he always, it's not a nice place to be in this world. Anyway, everybody knows the blood is not real, right? Because you are not, maybe you can shift it a bit. Yeah, everybody knows it's not real because the soul has no blood, right? Yes, soul has no blood. Amita skin, she's a skin doctor. Right? We are so much anxious about our skin. Like little wrinkle stars, like I'm seeing the wrinkling, you know. Oh my God, what's my age? Blood problem, skin problem, right? So, in that illusion of being the body, we engage fully in worldly affairs. And here, King Priyavrata, because he's liberated, he knows very well this has nothing to do with him actually. It's all simply in imagination. All this play, like I hear Prabhupada speaking about cycle of life. We take birth, we grow, we maintain for some time, and then we die. What is this death? It's one cycle of life is over, and another cycle is going to start. So King Priyavrata, he had that understanding. That's why he said, we liberated. His liberation is that he knows this is all simply, upstarts playing in this material world, or innocent, happy-go-lucky fools, playing in this world. So, and his work was to take care of all these people, the innocent, the fools, and the criminals, the upstarts, and to provide for all of them, to maintain peace and harmony among all of them, right? That's his work. So yet he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord. So he was doing his what to do, here are these jivas, they've decided to enter in this material world. So they enter a body made of honor, right? We eat and then that becomes the body. What's the body? It's made of blood, it's made of urine and stool, right? And the soul is living very nicely in this body, right? We studied that in Canto 4, right? Liberated soul means he knows exactly what's going on in this world. So he's taken a most disgusting work actually, King Priyavrata. Yet he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are the cause of liberation from all material attachment. So while he's doing his work, taking care of upstarts, etc., etc., he is thinking of the lotus feet, Krishna's charan. Can we find the word? Iti, thus, ha, indeed, saha, he, Jagatipatihi, the emperor of the whole universe, Ishvara, Ichhaya, by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adhini Veshita, completely engaged, Karma Adhikara, in material affairs, Akhila Jagat, of the entire universe, Bandha, bondage, Dhvamshana, destroying, Para, transcendental, Anubhavasya, by whose influence, Bhagavataha, of the Supreme Person of Godhead, Adi Purushasya, the original person, Angry, there's the word, okay? Angry on the lotus feet, Yugala, too, Anavarataha, constant, Jnana, Anubhavena, by meditation, Parirandhita, destroy, Kashaya, all the dirty things, Ashayaha, in his heart, Avadataha, completely pure, Api, although, Manavardhanaha, just to give honor, Mahatam, to superiors, just see, Mahitalam, the material world, Anushashasa, rule, following the order. So it's not that he came, went canvassing, as Prabhupada is saying in the previous purport. He didn't go canvassing, vote me, right? No. He was requested. Following the order of the Supreme Person Godhead, Maharaj Priyavrata, fully engaged in worldly affairs. What does that mean, fully engaged in worldly affairs? What does that mean to you? Fully engaged. I can't hear you. Yes. So for you, when he's fully engaged, what does it mean? Completely occupied. Yes.
Mind and everything is there in that work at hand, and not anywhere
Yes, and why is he doing this? Surrender, yes. Alright, so this is the instruction for all of us. Alright, meaning that when we take up the service of Krishna, we must be fully absorbed in doing that work. Not time pass. Right? Many of us, we do it like that. It's like my life is one thing, and then temple service or Krishna service is side business. I call it spare time work. Right? So here, Maharaj Parikshit, he's fully engaged in worldly affairs. This material world belongs to the Supreme Lord. So similarly, your family is worldly affair, right? If we are doing it for Krishna, understanding that there's children who have come to us, or whatever occupation we may be having, whether like your teacher, you are sewing, you're cooking, whatever you may be doing, right? It is for the Supreme Lord Krishna. Therefore, it has to be done perfectly. Perfectly. Not like, it is for somebody else, so therefore, kacha, I'll just do. Right? Fully absorbed. And he's not in the least interested in this work. He's working it for somebody else. I heard Prabhupada say that in English or the Western people, they have this saying that ownership turns sand into gold. Ownership turns sand into gold. Meaning, unless it's mine, I'm not going to work. If it's somebody else, I'm not going to work. So only when you own it, then you'll give your best.
Now is it tendency like that only?
Yeah, so here we are learning that this is not the Vedic civilization. Why? Because everybody knows that whatever duty I have, this is dharma given to me by the Supreme Lord, and therefore I must do it to the best of my ability. You learn this here from Priyavrat, right?
Means apart from seva, temple service, God service, what other duty given, that also we do as a service to God.
Everything is Krishna's service.
If I am helping others, not devotee, if somebody is coming to want my help, I have to help him or her also as a Krishna service. It's not necessarily only devotee.
Yeah, anyone, but we have to make sure that whatever we are doing, this is aligned with Krishna's seva, right?
Okay.
If somebody comes, give me money, I will drink alcohol, right?
That's so.
Alright, I'm just saying, should be anukul. This is the criteria here.
Yeah.
It has to be following dharma. Now there are different levels of dharma. See King Priyavrata, what is he doing? Is he doing great devotional service to the world? For him it is devotional service, but the people who he is ruling are not always on the level of pure devotional service. That we have read again and again in Canto 4 with Dhruva Maharaj, with Prithu Maharaj. Right? So now we are saying again, but personally, he's doing it as a duty, he's doing it properly. He's not thinking, let me just do and finish off the work. Right? And it is worldly work. Yet, he always thought of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are the cause of liberation from all material attachment. Although Priyavrata Maharaj was completely freed from all material contamination, he ruled the material world just to honor the orders of his superiors. Alright. Mana Vardhano Mahatam, just to show honor to superiors. Yeah, so that we have already discussed quite in depth. Then the next.
At this stage, Priyavrata is completely absorbed in the worldly affairs, but this stage is like he is
above the material contamination, is completely liberated. He has no interest in the material affairs, and he is doing it as a service to Krishna. But then in the beginning, like when we are in the sadhaka stage or we are learning how to perform Krishna consciousness, and if someone is thinks that okay, my duty is what is like sakam, that the person can become sakam bhakta.
Yes. Yes.
So first we have to become liberated, and then we can actually give our
Yeah.
complete, best to Krishna.
Yes.
With detachment. Otherwise, there's every possibility that we become attached to what we are doing.
Yes. So, oh God, now you're testing my memory in Bhagavad Gita now. Na shochati na kanchani. Was that Brahma? Reference? Yes. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Then he is able to do bhakti. Right? When he's free from lamentation, he's free from desire, hate, when he's able to see everyone equally, right? So meaning he has already, he's crossed. So which chapter is that from Bhagavad Gita? Which chapter?
Okay, so
Around 15 or something? All right, around 15? Whatever. My point is that you have to cross so many chapters, right? That's a question. Right? We have to study the entire first chapter, the 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Then we're crossing into the middle chapters also. Right? Then it's, oh my God, just be careful. Put that lock there. There's a wooden lock. Open it.
18th chapter.
18th. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so last chapter. There's a wooden lock there, Priya. Just see on the side. You know where it is? No. It's here. All right. 18 what?
54.
54. Okay. So I was thinking 555. All right. 555. So, okay, it's 55, 54. 1854. And here, Prabhupada is quoting who's a yogi, right? How you come to that stage? Yoginam api sarvesham. Now, again, I'm testing everybody whether you're reading Bhagavad Gita or not. If you are not able to smoothly recite the verse, it means you're not reading Bhagavad Gita. All right? I'm catching everybody. Right. We cannot stumble over the verses of Bhagavad Gita, not when we have spent 15 years studying Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. Right? Of all yogis, so he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. So Maharaj Priyavrata therefore was a liberated person and was among the highest of yogis. Yet, what? Superficially. See, if Prabhupada wasn't here, we'll never understand all this purport. Right? Just see. Yet, superficially, he became the emperor of the universe in accordance with the order of Lord Brahma. Right? We already had a first reading of this section. I didn't notice it. Right? I don't know how many of you noticed that Prabhupada has said that Priyavrata became superficially involved in management. Right? Just see contrast. One, we said he is fully engaged in worldly affairs, and here what you were saying, superficially.
Meaning he has no interest, but he's doing it for the pleasure.
Yes. Showing respect to his superior in this way was another of his extraordinary qualifications. Then why do you think this verse is quoted? नारायण परा सर्वे न कुतश्चन बिभ्यति स्वर्गापवर्ग नराकेषु अपि तुल्यर्थ दर्शिनः. This is from Canto 6. Who recited this verse? Who spoke this verse? Anybody knows? Lord Shiva. When Mother Parvati cursed King Chitraketu to become an asura, a demon. So he said that for devotee, it doesn't matter whether they are in Swarga or they are in Narak. For them it's all same. So poor Priyavrata, he's thinking, I'm going in Narak. How to become the emperor, the entire universe, to rule over the material world. This is Narak. But because it is seva for Krishna, it's no difference. A devotee who's actually advanced is not afraid of anything, provided he has the opportunity to execute the order of the Supreme Person of Godhead. You know, it's like when I read Prabhupada Lilamrita, especially the second volume, Planting the Seed. Literally I was crying. I was reading, they say, Prabhupada, why are you doing this? Why you are doing this? You know, 70-year-old man, so cultured. Everything here in India and Vrindavan. Where he went, what he had to go through, how they spoke to him, how they dealt with him. Right? I was literally crying. But Prabhupada is same like King Priyavrat. Same like King Priyavrat. Doesn't matter hell. I'm just, I'm just remembering that how that one girl, how he insulted Prabhupada. And there's Satyarup Das Goswami Maharaj writing that Prabhupada actually hurt. And he said, this is the darkest of the dark. This is where Prabhupada went. So this is the proper explanation of why Priyavrata engaged in worldly affairs. Although he was a liberated person, also, only because of this principle does a Mahabhagavad, so that's why we're speaking of Srila Prabhupada, does a Mahabhagavad who has nothing to do with the material world. What does he have to do? Leave Vrindavan and go where he went. Come down to the second platform of devotional service to preach the glories of the Lord all over the world. This is Prabhupada actually, the Mahabhagavad. Text 24. Atha cha duhitaram prajapatir vishwakarmana upayema barihishmatim nama tasyam huhavava atmajam atmasamana shila guna karma rupa viryodaran dasha bhavayam babhuva kanyam cha yavishasim urjaswatim nama. Alright, so Urmila.
Translation. Thereafter, Maharaja Priyavrata married Barismati, the daughter of the Prajapati named Vishwakarma. In her he begot 10 sons equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity and other qualities. He also begot a daughter, the youngest of all, called Urjaswati. Purport: Maharaja Priyavrata not only carried out the order of Lord Brahma by accepting the duties of government, but also married Barismati, the daughter of Vishwakarma, one of the Prajapatis. Since Maharaja Priyavrata was fully trained in transcendental knowledge, he could have returned home and conducted the business of government as a brahmachari. Instead, however, when he returned to household life, he accepted a wife also. The principle is that when one becomes a grihastha, he must live perfectly in that order, which means he must live peacefully with a wife and children. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first wife died, his mother requested him to marry for a second time. He was 20 years old and was going to take sannyas at the age of 24. Yet, by the request of his mother, he married. As long as I am in household life, he told his mother, I must have a wife, for household life does not mean staying in a house. Real household life means living in a house with a wife. 3 words in this verse are very significant. Yuha Vava. These words are used to express wonder. Priyavrata Maharaja had taken a vow of renunciation, but accepting a wife and begetting children have nothing to do with the path of renunciation. These are activities on the path of enjoyment. It was a source of great wonder. Therefore, that Priyavrata Maharaj, who had followed the path of renunciation, had now accepted the path of enjoyment. Sometimes we are criticized because although I am a sannyasi, I have taken part in the marriage ceremonies of my disciples. It must be explained, however, that since we have started a Krishna conscious society and since a human society must also have ideal marriages, to correctly establish an ideal society, we must take part in marrying some of its members. Although we have taken to the path of renunciation, this may be astonishing to the persons who are not very interested in establishing Daiva Varnashram, the transcendental system of 4 social orders and 4 spiritual orders. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, however, wanted to re-establish Daiva Varnashram. In Daiva Varnashram, there cannot be acknowledgement of social status according to the birthright, because in Bhagavad Gita it is said that determining considerations are guna and karma, one's qualities and work. It is this Daiva Varnashram that should be established all over the world to continue a perfect society for Krishna consciousness. This may be astonishing to foolish critics, but it is one of the functions of a Krishna conscious society.
So, so this is again instruction for all that. So Priyavrata, he was Pakka Brahmachari. He was very qualified to rule the entire universe. But what did he do?
He married.
Why?
Because Grihastha ashram and ideal Grihastha ashram is very peaceful with one.
Meaning if he stays in a house.
House means till 5.
Yes. So therefore, when we say bachelors at home has nowhere. I just heard Kadamba Kanavana Maharaj say that they are failed grihasthas. He called them failed grihasthas.
Why?
Because meaning that you didn't have the courage to enter into grihastha life and maintain a family. At the same time, you're trying to enjoy the facilities of life. Because otherwise, you should just give up everything and become a brahmachari in a temple. Right? So this is the instruction here. If you're staying in a house with parents or whoever else is there, right? It's an enjoyment, comfort, right? So therefore, there's a place for everybody. So if you stay in a household, therefore you must accept a wife. So this is what's given here. The principle is that when one becomes a grihastha, he must live perfectly in that order, which means he must live peacefully with a wife and children. Meaning, as soon as you return home, it means it is a grihastha, griha, right? It's a house, griha. Right? So therefore, you cannot be single bachelor, right? Earning money, and I don't know what they do with their money. Right? That's why everything becomes so expensive these days. I heard the boys, they buy perfume worth 5,000. Right? If you have a wife to maintain, children to maintain, before you spend that 5,000 on perfume, you think millions of time, right? So therefore, there's no discipline. There's no spiritual advancement. Right? So scientific. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself. I guess maybe Mahaprabhu knew that in Kali Yuga this may happen. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first wife died, he was only 20 years old. But his mother said, you must marry again because you're living at home. The mother is there. Right? You must marry again. So he married again. As long as I'm in household life, he told his mother, I must have a wife, for household life doesn't mean staying in a house. Real household life means living in a house with a wife. So very clear. So Prabhupada is making it very clear. On the basis of Shastra, you need to know what is your ashrama. When you're brahmachari, what is that stage called? Celibacy and forgotten and what? Celibacy and what? Learning. Please don't forget, take pen and paper. I don't want to come back on this. Learning. You said it? Oh, sorry? Oh, you said, okay, I didn't hear it. All right. So it is celibacy and learning. What is the meaning of celibacy? Mind and sense control. Alright? Brahma acharati. Brahma, meaning you know about the Supreme Lord. You know about spirit. You're learning about spirit. And therefore your acharan, right? Your behavior is according to Brahman. So you practice mind and sense control and you study the student life, all right? Brahmachari. And then when you shift from Brahmachari ashram, you enter into Grihastha ashram, right? Meaning now you have come not to live with mother. You've come to live with wife. Otherwise you can stay with Guru. You understand? So King Priyavrata was Naishtiki Brahmachari. That's why he was sitting with Narada. But his father came and said, come home. So therefore here Prabhupada is saying, he must perfectly fit into that ashram as a householder. And you will see finally he will leave everything. He will go into Vanaprastha, sannyas. He will follow properly. Everything in time is a cycle of life. Vahava. How come he's Naishtiki Brahmachari? He's taken the path of renunciation. Now he has taken the path of enjoyment, right? With wife and children. Amazing. So Prabhupada takes this opportunity. Alright, he takes this opportunity to point out that he, as a sannyasi, sometimes he had to get his disciples married. Now everybody knows a marriage ceremony, who's allowed, whose dharma is it? Grihastha dharma, right? The priests, everything is Grihastha, right? But here a sannyasi is making a boy and a girl get married against the principle of sannyas ashram. So why did Prabhupada do it?
Prabhupada wanted to give that culture. He wanted to also see whether it is established according to the Vedic principles.
He wanted to save people from sinful life. And there was nobody else who could teach them this. So therefore, in times of emergency, like remember, King Priyavrata, he was happy there. And forgot which mountain, huge mountain, right? Doing tapasya. But there is an emergency that arose. What was the emergency?
His father.
Hmm?
His father had to.
Yeah, there's an emergency.
Nobody to rule after
Yeah, yes. After the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj, there's nobody to rule. So what to do? Like sometimes when there is no qualified Brahma, Lord Vishnu himself become Brahma. Right? Right? What to do? So here there was no ruler. So he says, but here's a nice, very nice boy, highly qualified. Right? So his father went to fetch him from Naishtiki Brahmacharya and put him on the path of sense enjoyment. Wah wah. How come that happened?
That's why it said 3 words in this verse are very significant.
Yeah. Wah wah. Wah wah. This may be astonishing to persons who are not interested in establishing Devi Varnashram, the transcendental system of 4 social orders and 4 spiritual orders. So in Varnashram Dharma is the net. It's a net to prevent people from falling down in unrestricted sense gratification, right? Like right now, they're propagating free union, no need for marriage. All this marriage is man-made. Is it man-made? Who made it?
scriptures.
Manu. Under the direction of Supreme. Yeah, Lord Brahma, remember, he had to get married himself, right? In the beginning, he ran after his daughter, right? So he had to change his body. That's what happens. That's what happens. He had to change his body. Then he came again, that Brahma, then got married. They became a Prajapati, right? There is system in everything. Instead of doing, according to my own will, whims, then we become animals, right? So if we are human being, there has to be system for sense control, right? So this household life is huge responsibility. And as we are going to see, King Priyavrata at some point say, what am I doing here? What am I doing here in all this sense gratification, all this? Many things are going to happen. We say even on the royal road there is accident. Where did you read this? Even on the royal road there is accident. Which chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Where is it written? Who wrote it? Who spoke it? Okay. All Bhakti Shastri is here. All students of Bhagavad Gita.
Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna in 3rd chapter.
Somewhere.
When he talks about the mind.
Yes, attachment, and meaning that do not take advantage of regulatory principles to engage in sense gratification, right? He said even on the royal road there may be accidents. So that's going to happen here with King Priyavrata. It's not going to be smooth, happy life in this material world. It is dangerous. But because he was following the order of the Supreme Lord, he came out clean. Alright? So Grihastha life is definitely very risky. Right? So what we are learning from here, it's like when you enter this, you cannot forget Krishna. So even if there is accident, there is the Supreme Lord who will pick us up. Alright. In Devi Varnashrama, there cannot be acknowledgement of social status according to birthright. Because in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that determining consideration of guna and karma, one's qualities and work, it is this Devi Varnashram Dharma that should be established all over the world to continue a perfect society for Krishna consciousness. This may be astonishing to foolish critics, but it is one of the functions of a Krishna conscious society. So now just notice what Prabhupada is doing. Prabhupada is preaching the highest. What is the highest preaching that Prabhupada is giving? Yes, Krishna consciousness. What is the meaning of Krishna consciousness?
Mind is meaning doing everything. Mind is as a center and
Center of life is Krishna.
Yes, center of life is Krishna, everything for Krishna. But here Prabhupada is speaking about a society. Alright? Speaking a society with sense gratification in it. So what is he doing? Right? Yeah. So Prabhupada is preaching on two levels. That of the absolute truth, the perfection of life, which is bhakti for Krishna, only Krishna, Kevala Krishna, nothing else but Krishna. But because we are in the material world, there is so much desire for sense gratification. Therefore, a system is being set so that the person can enjoy life, at the same time can go up. Alright, it doesn't fall down. So every ashrama has its purpose, and it should be fulfilled properly. Right? Okay. So we heard that King Maharaj, I should not say king, I should say Maharaj Priyavrat. Right? What is the meaning of Maharaj? We had read earlier. What is the meaning of Maharaj? Sannyasi we call Maharaj, and king also we are calling Maharaj. Maharaj Priyavrat. Before I was referring to him as king. Now I'm calling him Maharaj. I shifted suddenly, I don't know how. What is the meaning of Maharaj? We read that definition somewhere. Who rules? Maharaja? He rules what first? Kingdom. What is the biggest kingdom to rule? Senses, yeah. Your own body is called a pura, right? Your own body is a pura. Right? A city of 9 gates. This is the meaning of Maharaj. Yes. Who's able to control the senses. So this Maharaj Priyavrata, so he's become Prajapati also, because that's one of his function. He had to get married, because if he would have remained brahmachari, after him there would have been no descendant, and therefore back to square one again, same story. So he produced, what type of children did he produce?
Equal to him in
Equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity and other qualities. And he got one daughter, Urjasvati. One daughter, Urjasvati. So boys and girls, everybody is important. Urjasvati. So boys have to get married and girls have to get married, both. Yeah, so if it's understood that the girls have to get married, from where do we learn this?
Manu Samhita.
From Bhagavatam? From where? Those who've been sitting here since so many years. From where do we learn? The girls?
Before marriage, they should be under protection.
I want from stories. Bhagavad.
Kardamoni.
Yes. Kardama Muni. Alright. How many children? How many girls? 9 girls. Right?
Sages.
Yes. These are Prajapatis. All the girls got married. Right? And what did Devahuti say?
One son.
Yes.
One son.
What did he say?
Because then once he walks out into this thing to become a sannyasi, then she needs somebody to look after her and then to learn about devotion.
She said that the girls will get married and go away. I'll be left alone, right? So you cannot leave and take sannyas now. Your duty is to give me a son. Why a son? To take care of me. She's living in a palace, right? With so many servants. Why? To give her fearlessness. Right? What is that fearlessness?
Because after husband, she will give bhakti everywhere.
Yeah, bhakti. You've forgotten everything.
Protection.
What protection? What protection? I already say she's living in a palace, fully guarded.
Fearlessness is having devotion from
Yes. Yes. Who will give me education in the absolute truth? Alright. So this is the value of a son. Right? One son only. Be learned who's able to give fearlessness to the mother, that she can cross over the cycle of birth and death. So everybody's got duties, right? So, alright, so this is text 24, so it's taking time.
I think in this section you mentioned
Yes,
we were talking about the Grihastha ashrams.
yeah.
There are many people nowadays they are not able to get married due to some reason, like the horoscope doesn't match or they have some problem in their horoscope. So they stay single all their lives at home. So
Yes,
even in devotees you see.
yes. Well, you know, I guess this may be a few reasons why this may be happening. So as we already said, that the home then has to be completely spiritual. If they are devotees, right? Home has to be completely spiritual. And if it's done whimsically, why? Sometimes it's not happening due to not dealing properly with a wife or a husband, previous lives, right? If you mistreat a wife, you mistreat a husband, right? Then next life, what should you get? Right?
If you become devotee also, then also.
Past karma is still coming forward, right?
It's minimized now.
So Mataji, that is accepted, they may accept that as their own karma, but then they, in this life they still stay at home and perform devotions.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not necessarily that they have to join or stay with the Guru.
Well, if they're boys, that's the best situation for them. That opportunity is given to them. It's the best situation.
And if they are girls,
Girls is difficult. Then they have to be within the family.
I know a nice young girl got divorced, very abusive husband married him, and now she has returned to her mother's place. Very, very.
Now it is very frequent. Now it is very frequent.
Yes, so here we are. So that's why what is Prabhupada shouting? There is no Gurukul, no Gurukul system, right? So the boys are not trained. They have no sense control, right? no education, they don't know. See how much we are learning about behavior here. Just 2-3 shlokas, so much we have learned about behavior. If you learn how to behave with guru, with superiors, you know how to take care of a wife, right? And that's why in the Vedic system there has to be a gap, age group. Boy has to be much older than girl, minimum 5 years, because she has to be a young girl and the other one should feel I'm giving protection to the young girl, right? So they need to learn all this, and they need to see how their parents behave with their mother, took care of the girls. Everything is learned. You know how the father and mother discipline the girls and how father and mother discipline the boys. Completely different, right? Completely different. Very gentle and soft with the girls, harsh with the boys. You haven't seen it? It's going back to that. If you fall in love, you get married, right? So, where's the training? From both sides.
In this particular case, it was an arranged marriage. This young girl.
Yeah, but no training, right? No training from the boy, no training from the girl. Both. So that's why we're speaking of the Gurukul system here. Student life, brahmachari, mind and sense control. Yeah. So therefore, in such cases now, meaning that it has to be taken care of by the family, right? So complicated. So complicated in Kali Yuga. Very, very complicated. And you know, I don't know, but you get married again. I checked the statistics. 67% it ends up in divorce.
67%.
In divorce, 67%.
Where? In India?
In the West,
In the West.
right? So we are following there, right? And in India it's even worse. The girls are so badly treated with second marriage. Very badly treated with second marriage. Very badly treated, right? Anyway, this is such a, I call it a sandhi, you know. Sandhi of degradation, from good to degradation. This is such a big topic, all this. But you get the point, what is being discussed here. So therefore, I read this in one Purana. It says for a girl to get a good husband, she must have done pious deeds for a boy to get a good girl. He must have done pious deeds. Then a good girl is sent to him. Right? So I guess it's true both ways. So we, you know.
It's gone, it's touched the skies. That many demands. It's very difficult, mother.
Yes, big topic, right? Huge topic. Anyway, main point we are reading here. Mind and sense control is both in brahmachari life, right? The main point here, it is about mind and sense control, right? Then they are able, see, remember, how is it that Sita Devi, when her husband became poverty stricken, right, he lost the kingdom. She thought she's marrying a prince who will become heir to the throne, right? First son. So according to destiny, right, I'm getting married to a prince. When she went in that household, he's becoming a pauper. Right? What did Sita Devi say? She was 15 years old when she got married, something like that. A teenage girl, right? She said, where you're going, I'm going also. Right? She didn't say no. Ramchandra said, no, you stay in the palace. No, where you are, I'm also. She must have had that training from her mother, right? So if sense gratification is the center of life, then the girl will run away. My husband has become no work, no jobless, so let me run away, right? This is what's happening. That's one of the reasons for breaking of marriages, right? Why women become so anxious when their husband loses the job? So insecure and helpless, right? Because we believe we are the body, we believe we are in charge of our lives. We don't know that there are superior powers controlling, looking after us. Just see now, we've read how King Priyavrata, he's in charge of the entire universe. Do you think now it's Kali, there's nobody in charge? Somebody is replacing King Priyavrata, right? Meaning everybody is being taken care of and everybody is being corrected, right? What's this law of karma, right? Shani Dev, I heard it's the law of karma, right? Everybody is being corrected so that we become surrendered to Krishna, so that we become aware of Krishna. Alright, so of course there's material world means anxiety with just seeing it here. Poison, ocean of poison.
This also means like everyone gets substituted. That someone is not here, someone else comes and replaces.
You mean in the...
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes, of course. Of course, yes. But, see, why is there rulership? Why is there rulership? Because there's no cooperation among people. The spiritual world means you are independent, you're free, right? Here, everybody's under control, because automatically you cannot cooperate. You put 2-3 people together, they can't cooperate with each other. So therefore there has to be rulership.
Regulation.
Yes. Whereas in the spiritual world, everybody automatically cooperates. Because everybody loves Krishna. Anukuliyena, right? Whatever is good for Krishna. If you're the best cook, let you cook for Krishna. Why should I go and say, no, let me cook? Right? I help. I will help you cut the vegetables. Why should I do the chaunch when always in my hand it doesn't come proper? I'm just giving a simple example. Isn't it? I'm making this flower garland. You do it much better than me. Let me cut the petal and give you. Because my hand it's not steady when I'm putting the needle. Right? This is called automatic cooperation. Whereas in this material world, you need a danda, right? Make everybody cooperate. Such a tragedy, to be in this world. Unfortunately, if you don't put rules and regulations, whoever you may be, the best of devotees, unless you're Mahabhagavat, right? You really, sometime or the other, you're going to goof up. So therefore, let's be happy that, somebody is managing us. Right? Visible or invisible? The laws of nature are invisible. But then they become visible through the worldly forces, through parental rules, through family rules, for government rules, for international rules. Nobody is free. So actually it is this invisible laws that is getting manifest on earth through all these, boundaries, all those shackles, your limits. God, better not be an upstart. All right, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhumeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.